This video will focus on how to promote inclusion through the creation of a sense of improvement and enjoyment in all of your sessions. To explore this, we are going to do it using the Inclusion Spectrum framework, which contains 4 types of activities to make sure your sessions are inclusive in every way. Open, parallel, modified, and separate activity. The main goal for ensuring inclusion is to make sure that sport is for all. This includes thinking about the way that we set up our activities and the way we interact with every child. First, focus on the positives. Focus on what the kids can do rather than what they can't.
In Rollerball, we play with a bunch of different balls, from a tennis ball to a football and everything in between. The aim is to pass the ball to a friend who doesn't have one. Can you count how many times you can roll the ball to one of your friends? Rollerball is classed as an open activity. In open activities, everyone does the same thing with minimal changes to the environment or equipment, ensuring it suits every participant. In this game, we encourage the kids to play against themselves and not others. This makes sure they don't compare themselves with other players. See how many different players you can roll the ball to. By doing this, we get players to include everyone. It also gets them moving too.
Now let's change the activity. This now becomes a modified activity. By changing the space, task, equipment, or number of people, we can ensure all are included, regardless of their ability. Remember STEP: space, task, equipment, people. Being flexible to make changes to games allows the coach to modify in action in order to keep all players included. By simply modifying the equipment, we can set different challenges based on different abilities. Engaging with the players one-to-one also lets them know you are engaged and supportive while creating an environment they can succeed in.
Now let's use another tool from the inclusion framework called parallel activity to get kids to play a game at their own pace while at the same time empowering the top performers to share their knowledge with their fellow players. There are secret agents in each group. Each secret agent has to dribble their ball to the north, south, east and west wings of the villain's lair, but watch out for the trapdoors, large cones or flat spots on the floor. If your ball touches a trapdoor, you gotta start again.
This game seems like all the players have the same task, but in reality, each wing of the villain's lair contains a different amount of trapdoors. This means you can accommodate for the different abilities within a group, while giving all players the maximum opportunity to succeed, and without them seeing a difference between their role and someone else's. Notice that at the child's level, they can't tell the difference between each area, helping them feel more secure in their abilities. This is how you give your top performers the opportunity to share their knowledge with the less skilled.
And finally, there are occasions where you'll need to build a player's confidence by getting them to practice on their own. We can do this by creating separate activities within the game. These areas are known as golden compass areas. In these areas, there are no trapdoors. By creating areas of low pressure, it gives players the opportunity to focus on their strengths while not being judged. This builds confidence and trust between the coach and player.
And that's how you create more inclusive sessions, through parallel and separate activities. It's all about adapting to the environment and the skill of the players. So keep this in mind, and your sessions will always be as inclusive as they can be.